Hey everybody, nice to be back again for episode 54. It's unbelievable. A little toast to that one. Today I'd like to discuss protests a little bit because apparently the protests are in vogue. Doesn't even make a difference what you're protesting for. We know we're going to see big protests in a month or two after the trial in Minnesota, regardless of how it turns out, because people need free Nikes and iPhones. That's just the reality of life. But protests. There's a local pizzeria here, and this is not from Do the Right Thing. It's a local pizzeria where the driver texted somebody, a person of color, a young lady, the N-word. The owner fired him. He didn't accept it. He offered to return their money. He apologized. He made a public apology. Said this cannot be tolerated in society. He does not condone it. He's the nicest man in the world. Yet they protest. What are they protesting? What should he have done? He fired the kid. The stupid moron kid. The degenerate, racist, stupid kid who was the delivery guy. Fired. What more can you do? What is the end game of these protests? Like, what was the point? To shut the guy down? To cancel him? Let's cancel him. You know what? They're taking episodes of SpongeBob off the air. SpongeBob. And Captain Underpants perpetuates passive racism. Canceled. Thank God we still have South Park, because that show is still damn inappropriate and really funny. You know, I've been getting these emails talking about empowerment, activism, being an ally, and anti-racist. You know what I call that? Being a good human being. There are a couple of teenage ladies of color somewhere down south who carjacked a Palestinian man who was 66 years old, took his car, drove away with him hanging on, car rolled over onto him, and they were so empowered, their concern was to get their cell phone out of the car. Is that the empowerment we're looking for? And do we really have to teach people not to be anti-racist? Or do we need just to raise our children to be good damn people? Because that's the route that I'm taking. Just be a good person. I think I'm raising a few of them. They may be mental patients. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. But that's a different story. Then we have our local Congresswoman, AOC, also known as the Queen of Stupidity, said that there is no surge of illegals at the border. There is no surge. Regardless of the factual data, that more illegals have crossed the border or attempted to cross the border this March than any time in the last 10 years. Why? Said it last week. Joe's a nice guy. They're just trying to send him back. But AOC blames the surge or the appearance of surge on white supremacy. It's the white people trying to keep people of color down. In their own country, we hate them. Once again, I prefer the legal route as opposed to the illegal route. AOC, go back to bartending. You know, once again, you got the job off a headshot because they said, oh, there's a pretty girl. They didn't realize how bat crazy you were because you are, sister. There's something wrong with you. I can imagine your college crying every day that you make some type of insane statement because you are stupid. Queen of Stupidity. Then we have our President Joe, who I don't think is stupid. I think he's coming to the twilight years. He's like when you're at a family party and somebody says, hey, Angry Mac, can you go get your Uncle Joe a drink, please? Can't quite get out of the chair today. That's what it seems like. This is a man who was surprised that Vladimir Putin is not sending ambassador to the United States or is not engaging with Joe in any talks. Why? Because he said Putin was a killer. Maybe true, but it's not the way to come together, Joe. I guess that policy of uniting isn't working, Joe. Isn't working at all. Then you have your wife, Dr. Jill Biden. And she is a doctor of education. Pandering, saying some Spanish words, and then she says, Si si padre, to mean something move along in the future. Even a dummy like me knows padre means father, completely butchered it. She probably can't read a teleprompter either. It is amazing. Absolutely amazing. You should see that video. It's not only just amazing, it is humorous. Now, a little closer to home, We had some dumb principal of a private school made a black student kneel to apologize to a white teacher. Very wrong. However, the question I pose is, it would have been right if it was a white student? Sometimes things are just wrong. Doesn't make a difference what color you are. Sometimes things are just stupid. Everything isn't racist. The guy got fired because he was stupid, not because he's racist. You can't have kids apologizing on their knees. What were you thinking? Unbelievable. But even closer to home, I was informed this week by a squirrel. He had the week off, but he's trying to eat extra snacks, and he said to me, he goes, "Dad, I need to eat extra snacks because my blood sugar doesn't need to go down, and I don't want to vomit." Yep. Same squirrel. We were out the other day. I took him out for bagels. We went to go see Grandma. We drove around. We ran some errands. We got McDonald's on the way home. I took him to the beach. We had a great day. So we get home. We're having dinner with Mom, and Mom says, "What was your favorite part of the day?" And he said, "Calling Dad an idiot." So this is how I am perceived, even at home. So you make your own judgment. It really is crazy. Now, tomorrow is Easter, and Fauci has already warned us, no super spreaders on Easter. That bunny may bring you the coronavirus in an egg. Or a chocolate bunny. Who knows? Fauci, you're killing me. Enough already. Same organization as CDC and Fauci is now looking to hand out vaccine passports and tie in reopening an economy to getting the vaccine. How much are we going to let them control our life? This is why I need so many drinks. I am not in control anywhere. The squirrels, the wife, the government. Insanity. But I did read a good study this week. Study was that men, anywhere from their 20s to their 60s, find younger women more attractive. The key of attractiveness is youth. And they said that ages 20 to 28 were the most attractive women that men found. There are many, many reasons, but is this really a surprise? Most men are married to younger women. But the second part of the survey said that women are attracted to men from 45 to 55 who are financially secure. That men age like a fine wine. Come on, we all know it. The color of money makes a man look good. Is this news that young, pretty women wind up with rich, older guys? I've seen it, you've seen it, we've all seen it. Who's paying for these studies? Because you can just call Angry Mac. I will tell you and make it clear. Some pretty women, some, not all, love older, rich guys. You know what we call them? Trophy wives. The guys aren't fighting it, so who cares? Who cares? Now, in this study, the woman who did this study was probably like 50 years old. She was not attractive by any standard. She had a nice personality, I guess. But she said she cheats all the time. That women should cheat, especially if you get over 40 years old. She believes in, the word was, not polygamy, it's a polymany, something like that. I heard her speaking about it, that you should be investing yourself in more than one relationship. One secure relationship, and then several other relationships. I can barely balance one. I can't imagine being a polygamist. I'm having trouble with one. We all know I'm always wrong. She doesn't hesitate to tell me. But that's a different story. Once again, I digress quite a bit. Now, back to the government. And not directly, Major League Baseball is once again pandering to the government because Georgia changed some type of voting law. They feel everything is repression. So they're moving the All-Star game from Atlanta and is taking away close to $100 million from the people of Atlanta, which are mostly people of color. Mostly people of color to move the game. Why don't you just move the Braves? Throw the Braves out of the league. Any state that has a law that you don't agree with, just boycott. You won't be playing anywhere. It's insanity. When does it end? You know what I want my sports to be? Sports. That's it. I just want enjoyment without thinking of anything else. But now it's a precursor and a must to have an opinion. You know what they say, opinions alike? We all know. Now, from the weekly life coach of Angry Mac, which I'm finding I'm getting nice comments on, people like this. If you are so upset at 43 years old that your brother didn't call you to wish you a happy birthday. Your brother, who has 4 kids and is working 2 jobs, forgot to call you on a day of your birthday. Get over it. But I tell you something, a few years ago, my wife forgot my birthday. 2 days later, somebody called to wish me a happy birthday is when she remembered it. Was I upset? No. A little surprised, but I was not upset. You know why? What are you going to do? Get over it. Get over it, buttercups. Toughen up here, man. Toughen up. She did blame it on me that I didn't remind her it was my birthday, which I found a little odd. Now, if you have a good friend who consistently bails on you and cancels at the last minute, and then has parties and forgets to invite you, is she really a good friend? Do we really need to get into this? My advice to you is to find some new friends. Once again, easy. Really, really easy. Now, one of my other favorite ones was there was a woman who complained that her niece never went to see a grandmother when a grandmother was dying. She was dying for several years, never went to see a grandmother, didn't care, didn't come around. The inheritance came around, she was very concerned, and she wanted her cut. Now, she wanted to know what she should do. So the woman responding said, you are transferring your anger because your mother died. Don't punish your niece. Everybody has different needs and different lifestyle. Blah, 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 blah. Don't give her any money. How about this? You get 0. Nothing. You get as much as the care you have shown, and you should be ashamed. How about crawling back in the hole under the rock and pulling it back down? You money-hungry little disaster. Sickening. Take care of the people you love. Don't expect to benefit when they pass. Idiot. Then, last one. Get a piece of jewelry from your boyfriend in front of the family, and you don't like it. You want to know how to react? Again, is this a real question? You act happy you got it, and then you tell your boyfriend politely you don't like it. Pouting was not the answer. And I really can't stand the way that these life people give the advice back, tiptoeing around reality. You want to act like a moron and an ingrate, you're going to get treated like an ingrate. It is beyond anything I could say. Ugh. And you other dummies, if they put cameras on school buses, it's not a trap. It means you got caught going past the school bus. And my wife got me some slim-fitting t-shirts. It's supposed to make you slim down. They don't work. They just pack it in a little bit better. But they're really comfortable. Everybody have a great week. My music ran out, which is odd. I thought it was longer than that. Have a great week. I'll see you next week. Cheers and happy Easter, everybody. Go find somebody you love. Give them a hug. Tell them you love them. Most important thing in life.